Do you know someone, or are you personally battling a drug and alcohol addiction? Why are so many people addicted today? And why have so many people died as a direct result of this disease? If you've been affected by this problem and want answers like we do, then join us in our efforts to face this disease. Our purpose is to examine the truths, expose the lies, and uncover and provide resources to this affliction. Come, join us in this journey. Thank you for joining us here at Addiction and Recovery TV. We hope that you are enjoying this broadcast as well as feeling the necessity to get more involved with this issue. We know about addiction and we hear about this epidemic all around, and we also hear about recovery. But what are we doing as individuals, as a community, as a country, and as a global network to address this issue? Hopefully in this broadcast, we'll explore some of these ideas and even put some of these ideas into practice. So if you're making a difference in your community in regards to addiction and recovery, or if you have a story you would like to share with us, please reach out and let us know how you want to be involved in helping our efforts to raise awareness, to educate, to discuss topics that we're already talking about, but also push the envelope. It's time to really get involved with addiction and recovery, and it's time to make a difference for good. So thank you so much for joining us here at Addiction and Recovery, and we look forward to hearing from you. Hi, I'm Charlene DeChico, and welcome to Addiction and Recovery TV. Today we are hosting an event here in West Hollywood at the West Hollywood Park. This is a Mental Health, Addiction, and Awareness Day. We have several people from organizations within the community that are here today to discuss some of the issues that we face in the mental health and addiction world, as well as provide resources. So we hope today that we will not only raise awareness, but that we will hear from people and learn about the difference that they are making so that you can become better informed and maybe take advantage of these services. We'd like to thank you for taking this time with us today, and please continue to follow us and like us on Facebook, support our program, and be encouraged by the people that are here today, because they are all here today as volunteers and of service to let the community know the difference that they are making. So thank you for joining us here today, and let's get this party started. Hi, welcome back to Addiction and Recovery TV. I'm your host, Charlene DeChico, and today we are at our mental health awareness event here in West Hollywood, and joining me today, I have Mr. Samuel Price.
It's at 8039 South Vermont. We have a community center there where we do a lot of work in the community. We do mental health, we do job training there. We do domestic violence training and a lot of other things. We have a lot of groups that meet there, like the United Hood Nation. That's where they meet at. That's where we had the 2,400 gang members come together and we signed a truce treaty with them. And so we do a lot of work with them. We help them provide careers and jobs and training for those people and for anybody else in the community that might need it.
So at Addiction and Recovery TV, we talk a lot about substance abuse, but we also explore topics around mental health. So I'm sure a lot of the people that come through the community center suffer in areas not only of mental health, but substance abuse. So do you have a lot of resources available for these individuals, or how are you addressing that?
Yes, we do have resources available to help those who are recovering from addictions, whatever they are, whether they're substance abuse or whether they are, spousal abuse or other types of abuse that cause mental health issues. And so we cover a wide range of help. We have Dr. Rosales, and we have other people that come there. One of them is Mr. Grimes, who you'll be interviewing later. And we have a number of people that come there, experts that come and help. And we have classes. We have tutoring for kids as well. And so, yes, we cover those areas, mental health, rehabilitation, those areas quite well. Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I wanted to ask Mr. Price today is because not only are you working in the community center and affecting the community, it seems like you have a lot of events today. So we want to talk about what you guys been doing and what's coming up. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this here? This is
To begin with, I'm going to talk about the Way to Happiness. This is a program that I highly recommend for anyone to study. It's 21 precepts, and they start with having love for yourself and taking care of yourself. You know, that's one of the most important aspects of mental health is self-love. And so this little book right here is 21 precepts, and it's went all the way around the world. It's helped over 40 countries recover in human relations. You know, we have a lot of human rights violations going on all around the planet. This book has turned that curve around, and it's helping us at the community center. On Tuesdays, we have a class about this book, and so you can learn about the book, you can learn how it works, how it will help you personally, how it will help your family, and how it will even help your community. So I highly recommend it.
Great. And speaking about, you said all over the world, we have a music CD here all the way from Africa. So you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Okay, so here is an African, this is African music and dancing. This is a CD. It's very nice music, wonderful cultural music, my cultural music, and it's very good. And so I'd like to show you this and invite you to come out and donate to the foundation, and you can pick up one of these for around $10 donation.
Awesome. And I see something else in regards to music. The musical Journey to Freedom. Right. This is a musical. Where was this held?
This was held at the Sabin Theater, which is in Beverly Hills. This is celebrates the 400 years of slavery that we experienced here in this country, from 1419 up until recently, until this year, 2019. And so this is a celebration of how we came out of that slavery and those people that helped us do that. And so this is a celebration this year for this event.
So now, is this event done, or can people still check this out?
It's going to be, it'll be on stage in Vegas in August.
Awesome.
And so you can contact us at the community center, and we'll get you tickets and reservations and all those things.
Great.
For you.
Great.
Right.
And real quick before we finish up here, I see that you have a flyer here about free food all summer. And, you know, in Los Angeles, we are dealing with a homeless and a hungry problem. So this says free for children and pregnant mothers. You want to tell us a little bit about the free food all summer?
During the summer months, we have a free food program. We feed breakfast and lunch 5 days a week. And so if you're a child or you're a person who needs food, then you're welcome to come in and have breakfast and have lunch at our facility. And you'll be treated really nice. It's a very nice place. We have an open restaurant there. We have a commercial kitchen there. And so it's a really cool place to come and eat, and also to get other services. You'll meet a lot of really cool people, and there's so many things that you can do there. So it's a wonderful place to come.
Awesome. Well, we've had a very interesting discussion today with our guest, Mr. Samuel Price, and we want to thank you for your time. And you've heard it here today that there's a lot of information that we've provided, whether it's someone in need of food or if you would like to come out to one of those shows, get your hands on that CD. I think if you come to the community center, you're going to definitely be coming to the right place.
We'll be looking forward to seeing you when you come out. Love to meet you. Love to find out what you do and what you're about and how we can help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Daniel.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Charlene DeChico here, Addiction and Recovery TV. We are still at the West Hollywood Mental Health Addiction Learning Day. And right now I'm sitting with Miss Chelsea Horton. And Chelsea is from Lasting Impressions. So Chelsea's going to tell us, what is that? What is Lasting Impressions?
Yes, we are a nonprofit organization that provides free creative arts therapies to survivors of abuse and violence. So I'm a dance and movement therapist. We have dance therapy, art therapy, music therapy, and drama therapy.
Wow. So some of the individuals that you help with this type of therapy, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we primarily work with anyone who's been impacted by abuse and or violence in any capacity, and to help them release some of those emotions and the experiences, but in a way that's non-threatening, in a way they can use creativity to work out some of those emotions.
Wow. So do you guys have something where you evaluate some of your clients to see if they are getting positive results, and what does that look like?
Yeah, so prior to a session, we kind of talk with them to see what their needs are and if our programming will be appropriate. And then afterwards, we kind of just check in with a survey to see how our program has impacted them, how they've been affected, if they've seen positive changes in any way.
Wow. Well, it's no secret. We know that music, dance, all of the arts are not only therapeutic to anyone, but certainly someone who's suffering in an area. So I don't even have to attend, and I'm already on the team that I believe the program works, and I think it's great what you guys are doing. I like the change comes from the heart because it's kind of an intimate approach, right? This T-shirt, which I will be getting one of those T-shirts, I hope, right?
Yes, you will.
And so with some of the events, because we want to let the public know, if you just want to come out and check out one of the sessions, you don't, just to see, or if you're a treatment provider or you work with individuals, maybe you want to connect with lasting impressions. And so tell us what you have coming up.
Yeah, so about once a month, we will do just a community-based event to kind of get the community to have a little taste of what we do. The one we have coming up this Friday, it's actually on summer solstice. So we're doing a summer solstice community dance event. So I'll be leading an improvisational dance therapy session. And again, it's not about learning choreography or being a better dancer, but just getting in touch with your body, mind, spirit connection, understanding yourself, and also connecting with your community through dance and creative movement. So that'll be this Friday. There's going to be the dance portion. And then afterwards, we have someone who's going to lead a creative journaling exercise. And it's a $25 donation, and all the proceeds go to funding free programming for survivors of abuse.
Wow, that's amazing. You guys are really doing a great thing. I think the dance, if you guys can get out there and shake your groove thing and shake off the week, we can all benefit from something like that. I think it's great. Do you want to let the viewers know anything else about your program, or if someone is like, well, I don't know, what would that do for me?
Totally. Well, first of all, just a little bit more about the event on Friday. It's going to be at Knockout LA. It's a studio, like a fitness studio in Playa del Rey. But if anyone is interested in our programming, but again, a little skeptical, or you don't really know what the creative arts therapies are, something like this would be great to attend. It's like, a little taster. Otherwise, we are so open to just having a call with you. You can email us. You can go to our website to get more information, or contact us and ask us whatever questions are coming up for you.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys will check out the event. Thank you, so much for being here today. And I hope you've gotten a change of heart out there, because this is definitely a creative art approach, and Addiction and Recovery TV, we value that approach.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We really appreciate being out here.
Great.
Problem, which really seems to be on the increase. Personally, I'm from Dublin in Ireland, which is pretty far away, and we have the same issues with addiction over there that you guys have here, and it seems to be ever on the increase. And
At
Addiction and Recovery TV, we talk about raising awareness, and we also talk about the problems and situations revolving around addiction and recovery. And it's always important to remember that if you struggle in an area and you're looking for help or resources, there are plenty available. And sometimes it just takes a picking up the phone and making one simple phone call that can make all the difference. So remember, we're always available and we're ready to help you in any way that we know possible, and definitely lead you in the right direction, because along the pathway of darkness, there is a light of hope along those roads. So hopefully you will be open to see the light and walk in that direction. So if it's mental health, if it's addiction, even suicide, the help is always readily available. Just take that initiative to reach out and receive it. We're still here today in West Hollywood at the mental health event, and I'm standing here talking with Annalisa. She's been here today. We spoke to Chelsea earlier from Lasting Impressions, so we thank you again for coming out. But what have you gotten out of today's event?
Well, today was amazing. We got a lot of connections, and again, getting the word out is my number one priority right now. A lot of people don't know of the work we do, and so these fairs and these events are vital for us to let people know that we exist and that our services are free for the people that we service. So once again, these are the perfect settings to create great partnerships and to get the word out.
Sure. So at Lasting Impressions, what is your role, Annalisa?
I founded it 4 years ago. I'm a survivor, and so as such, my healthy addiction was music, and then after that it was theater, and then after that it was dance. And I was lucky because that was my way of going away from reality, and realized way after, about 25 years after my abuse, that I needed therapy. And so from that, and from the realization that art can also have therapy combined with it, came this idea. And so now the next steps is helping people that are also survivors in the best way that we can.
Sure, that's awesome. So with networking today and talking to some of the other organizations, do you feel that you were able to connect, or that people were interested in knowing about what you guys do?
Yeah, we actually have two of the people that we met with that want to start partnering with us and doing service and servicing their community as well. So we are actually having a meeting on Tuesday. So luckily I'm free, but already setting up meetings and already setting up partnerships. So fantastic.
Great. Well, keep doing what you're doing, and we look forward to attending your event.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Thanks. Thank you all for joining us today here at the Mental Health Awareness Day. I do believe wholeheartedly that we've had a great opportunity. We have heard from many people here today that are definitely making a difference and an impact in the community. Hopefully you learned something new about mental health and addiction, and even about therapy, resources, learning how to recover and live a different life. This is what we are embarking to do at Addiction and Recovery TV. Continue to bring together resources, organizations, and individuals to discuss these topics, while not only putting the information out there, but also letting people know what is actually being done, because people are not well informed. And so if you were a part of this event today, we'd like to thank you for your support. If you are viewing this show, we do hope that you will attend some of these upcoming events, and we also want to hear from you. So thank you all again for attending the Mental Health and Awareness Day here in West Hollywood Park. Addiction and recovery is a serious topic, and
Addiction and recovery is a serious topic. While doing this show, we're hoping that we spark an interest not only for members who may have struggled themselves with addiction and recovery, but also people who are just not really well informed about the topic. Because why today are so many people suffering from this affliction, yet we're not really making the progress that we should be making? In times before, we've thought of addiction as a bad habit or just bad people use bad drugs. Today, we're realizing more than ever that it's not just about having a bad habit or being a bad person, that it's an illness, a sickness, that if not treated, people will die and family members are left behind suffering. If you have questions and you're wondering what you can do in this fight against addiction, then you are like many of us. And this is the reason for a broadcast like this. We not only want to provide information and raise awareness, even educate, but we also want to do something to make a difference. If it's getting involved in telling your story, or if it's reaching out because you need help, we want you to know here at Addiction and Recovery TV that we're here for you, and we're also here to listen. There's many resources today. We're very fortunate that in this time and era, that although this addiction is an epidemic, we've also are able to have We've also been able to provide resources like never before. With the help of the government officials and even members of the community, we can make a difference and we can fight back against this disease. But some of the questions that we still need to ask on this program are, why is it that people are so lost? What makes someone turn to drugs in spite of everything else? We've had some guests on our program who've talked about this and even answered the question in so many words by saying that we're not united, that love is missing, and people are indeed in search of their own true identity. So how is society addressing this issue? If we even are we providing truth to individuals? Are we helping people to find themselves in a world full of so many options? Well, at Addiction and Recovery TV, we would like to help you in this search, even if it's just by letting you know that you're important and that you mean something and that your life has worth and value. Many of us have come a long way in our lives and it didn't happen overnight. There's many struggles that we all face and we've overcome, whether it be divorce, relocation, death, tragedy, or substance abuse. We're all in need of recovery from something. We're hoping that as you tune into this broadcast and like our page on Facebook, that you will be a part of the movement and you'll be able to help other people. So if you know someone that you think may be a great candidate to tell their story or even having something to offer of hope and encouragement, we want to hear from you because there is light at the end of the tunnel and there are ways and means to get clean. They talk about in recovery that there's ways and means to use and to find another one and to continue on that self-destruction path. Well, at Addiction and Recovery TV, we want to talk about the solution. We know what the problem is, and if you don't know, now is the time to become educated and be aware that addiction is a disease. It is taking lives by the moment, and we need to do something about it. Unity is a must, love is a must, and also having the right information and knowing the truth is also a must. So the truth is very important when it comes to embarking on. Hopefully, as you tune into this broadcast, you will want to know more information. You'll want to find out the truth for yourself. And you'll realize that people are just hurting and in need of healing. There are resources, there is therapy, there is many ways and means to learn a new way of life. But are we helping people in finding these ways? Are we judging people? Are we dismissing people, counting people out? So not only are we dealing with the addict on this broadcast, but we're dealing with people that have to deal with the addict. And how are you helping this person, if you are? Or do you consider yourself above these people? These are all questions that we should ask ourselves and even continue to ask our guests. So continue with us at Addiction and Recovery TV. We want to hear from you and we would like your feedback. Follow us on Facebook and contact us today. We can make a difference. At Addiction and Recovery TV, we're looking for ways to illuminate the pathway of recovery and to bring hope to individuals that are suffering from this affliction. There's many publications that talk about addiction and recovery, and we've even been addressing it on some level in society at large. We have fellowships, we have treatment is available, there are medications, but what about what is still needing to be done? So from a services perspective, Deborah, what can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you that the misuse of prescription drugs, which is a big worry today, prescription drugs, i.e. opioids, is second only to marijuana for drug abuse these days. The most commonly used illicit drug is marijuana.
That's amazing.
But a close second is the opiates.
That's amazing. I mean, just that statement. We will be going into that more.
Addiction is a family disease, so we need to educate and support families and let them be aware that help is possible for their loved ones. We realize that it's a difficult thing to admit, but we want to support people.
Thank you for joining us today here at Addiction and Recovery TV. So we're talking a lot about mental health and addiction and building the bridge between the two. We know that a lot of people suffer from substance abuse, but there's also other addictions that people have. However, do we really talk about the link between mental health and addiction? So here at Addiction and Recovery TV, this is something that we're really taking a look at and